hour or so, one of Azerbaijan's best-known journalists, Khadija Ismayilova, has been released from prison after the Supreme Court in Baku changed her sentence. Ms. Ismayilova was sentenced last year to 7.5 years in prison for embezzlement and tax evasion. But this has now been commuted to a shorter suspended sentence. Her supporters and international human rights groups believe the real reason the authorities prosecuted her was because of her investigations into corruption among the ruling elite. Well, last month, Khadija Ismailova's lawyer, Amal Clooney, spoke to the BBC and said why she'd chosen this case.
On the one hand, I found her to be this really courageous, inspirational woman, a young woman, 39 years old, working in a country where she knew very well the consequences of being a reporter. One of her colleagues was gunned down just outside his house while his family were there. There's a lot of self-censorship being exercised, and she wasn't willing to play along. And so I found her to be inspirational, and also the idea that a government, Azerbaijan, that's a member of the Council of Europe, that they could actually so blatantly put a reporter behind bars because they didn't want her to be able to tell the truth.
Amal Clooney there. Well, with me here in the studio is Konul Khalilova from the BBC's Azeri service. Konul, just tell us about the significance of why now? Why has she been released at this point in time?
Well, there was a court verdict expected from the European Court of Human Rights in one of these days. And also there have been lots of pressure on the Azerbaijani government from the West, from the US government. Just a few days ago, Joe Biden, the US Vice President, called Ilham Aliyev, Azerbaijan's president, and among the topics they discussed supposedly was Khadija's case as well.
So just tell us the reasons that they gave for arresting her, because she was given 7.5 years.
Yes, Khadija Ismayilova has been a headache for the Azerbaijani government for a long time because of the investigations about the offshore accounts and businesses allegedly linked to the president's family that she has been investigating. In 2011, her sex tape was published as part of the blackmail campaign against her. And yes, last year she was imprisoned for 7.5 years.
Is there a lot of public support for her in Azerbaijan?
Yes, we can say that there are lots of public support, and her supporters believe that she was imprisoned because of her investigations, and those charges against her are false.
We know this announcement came in the last sort of half an hour, 45 minutes, but has there been much reaction on social media to this?
Yeah, there were lots of joyful reactions in front of the court. We have seen videos, and on social media, lots of people were hailing this decision by the court to release her.
Konul, thanks so much for the update.